But in this next case, the vicious killer laughs at the family's pain.
Regardless of whether you admit to brutally murdering her, you wouldn't sit at sentencing and laugh about it. Take the defendant back into the courtroom. Or back into the holding cells. I ain't worried about it. Pull his pants up while you're doing it, please.
Like in the case of Alvin Foy, who's charged with second-degree murder, attempted murder, and weapons charges in Albany, New York. On May 3rd, 2021, Foy and his friend Jameer Fanning shot over 40 bullets into the home of the Forney family, who were longtime family friends. He fatally shot 18-year-old China Forney, who was weeks away from graduating high school. In court, Forney's sister tearfully describes the pain of their loss, but Foy's reaction will make your blood boil.
Alvin Foy on May 3rd, 2021, you are a co-defendant.
Look closely. Foy is laughing, but the judge takes no.
This right here is one of the worst things a defendant can do at sentencing. Victim impact statements aren't evidence, they're about accountability. Laughing doesn't just defend the family, it signals total lack of remorse. And judges absolutely factor that into how harsh a sentence gets. Put yourself in that courtroom for a second. How would you react if the person responsible for your loved one's death was laughing?
Notice.
Excuse me a second. Let the record reflect that the defendant is laughing during the victim impact statement. Go ahead, ma'am, I apologize.
Despite the warning, Foy's behavior only gets worse.
You came and ate dinner with us, you went out with us multiple times, so we would expect better from you. And
Forney's sister was disgusted by his behavior.
I just want you to know, like, when you get back to your cell, we want you to think about the pain you caused me and my family and friends.
Then it was Foy's time to speak, and what he says is shocking.
You want to address the court, Mr. Foy?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The 6 other witnesses said I wasn't there. We have 2 females said I was there that was on a FaceTime call.
Sir, we're not trying the case. The case has been tried. The jury was convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. Sir, you can't talk at the same time as I talk because the stenographer is going to take down my words.
Okay.
If you want your words recorded, you can't try to talk over me. The jury's already decided that issue, sir.
The judge handled that with
Notice how the judge shuts this down fast. This isn't a retrial. Sentencing is not the time to argue innocence. Once a jury convicts beyond a reasonable doubt, that door is closed. What Foy is doing here is tanking any chance of leniency in real time. And here's the question. Do you think he actually believes this will help him? Or is this pure ego on display?
professionalism and grace, but he wasn't prepared for this.
Anything else you want to say to the court, sir?
Yeah. You're a biased judge, and I can't wait to appeal to see my case. I'm innocent.
Is that why you were laughing throughout the statements by the sister of... Is that why you were laughing, sir?
She was laughing at me. Think I'm
anything else, sir?
Yes.
Go ahead, finish.
I'm innocent.
You've said that already.
I know.
Anything else?
So I come home, I'm innocent.
But his arguments were futile. His fate was already sealed.
The defendant stands before this court professing his innocence, and regardless of whether you admit to brutally murdering her, you wouldn't sit at sentencing and laugh about it.
I didn't do nothing.
That's, sir, your time to speak has ended. It's now the court's time to speak. If you can't conduct yourself appropriately, we'll send you back into the jail, and I'll send you without you here.
I was wrongfully convicted.
Take the defendant back into the courtroom. Or back into the holding cells. I ain't worried about it. Pull his pants up while you're doing it, please. So the courtroom doesn't have to observe that. In a sense, the defendant in his absence. Because he obviously has shown that he cannot conduct himself appropriately.
The judge kicked Foy out of court for his behavior, but that wasn't his only punishment. The judge sentenced Foy to 25 years to life in prison for the murder. As for his accomplice, Jameer Manning, he took a plea deal for 20 years to life. Forney's family is satisfied with the verdict.
Every night when we go to sleep and we think about my niece, I hope he carried that same pain. Every single day of his 20 years to life, he should think about my niece.
A year after her death, the street where Forney was killed was renamed in her honor. Foy laughed at his victim's suffering. And Wade Wilson laughed too, but only when he realized he was being sent to death row.
We, the jury, find by a vote of 9-3 that Wade Wilson should be sentenced to death.
Similar to the case of Wade Wilson, who's charged with double homicide in Cape Coral, Florida. In 2019, Wilson spent the night with bartender Christine Melton. When he woke up, he strangled her in her own bed. After that, he stole Christine's car and drove around until he saw 43-year-old Diane Ruiz walking along a residential road. That's when he did the unthinkable.
He told his dad he then picked up a lady, asked for directions, then choked her and ran her over so many times he made her look like spaghetti.
If you thought that was shocking, watch this footage. Wade, still in Christine's car, pulled into a parking lot hours after both murders, confessed his crimes to the store employee, and waited for police to arrive. Wilson's name and frightening appearance led him to be called the Deadpool murderer. But once he was behind bars, Wilson changed his tune.
Did you kill Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz?
No, absolutely not.
Shockingly, Wilson still believes he's a good person.
I'm not a monster. Yeah, I'm not a saint either. By any means, I've made bad decisions in the past.
The jury, however, thought otherwise.
We, the jury, find by a vote of 9-3 that Wade Wilson should be sentenced to death.
But watch this.
Thank you. Then we'll be adjourned.
Seconds after learning his sentence, Wilson flashes a mysterious hand signal. To this day, no one knows what it meant.
This moment chills a lot of people, not because of the hand signal itself, but because of what it represents. No visible fear, no shock, just attachment. Psychologically, that lack of emotional response is a massive red flag in violent offenders. So what do you think that gesture meant? Defiance, delusion, or something darker?
Wade Wilson killed 2 women and knew it would send him to death row. But how disturbed do you have to be to not only murder your own children, but believe it would earn you a spot in heaven?
Lori Vallow Daybell, the mother of 2 missing Rexburg children, JJ and Tylee.
Human remains found in Fremont County yesterday are believed to be missing Rexburg children, JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan.
That my children are happy and busy in the spirit world. Like
in the case of Chad Daybell and his wife, Lori Vallow, who were charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy charges in Fremont County, Idaho. In 2019, Lori's 2 children suddenly disappeared. The couple, who held extreme doomsday religious beliefs, seemed strangely unbothered.
Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say? There's people around the country praying for your children, praying for you guys. Why don't you give us answers?
That's great.
That's great. That's great that they're praying for you, praying for your kids. What?
Instead of helping with the search, Chad and Lori did the complete opposite. They went on vacation to Hawaii. Back in Idaho, police made a grim discovery at the Daybell residence.
Detectives and investigators have recovered what's believed to be human remains that have not been identified at this time.
DNA testing later confirmed that the remains belonged to the 2 children. Their bodies were found burned, dismembered, and buried on Chad Daybell's property. Meanwhile, their parents were tanning poolside on the other side of the ocean.
How's it going? Are you tanning, Lori?
But their vacation was about to be cut short.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
The couple was arrested in Kauai and extradited to the mainland for trial. In court, Vallow admitted her crimes, but said it was an accident.
Jesus Christ knows that no one was murdered in this case. Accidental deaths happen.
If you thought that was crazy, just listen to what she says next.
My children are happy. He put his arm around me and he said to me, "You didn't do anything wrong, Mom." Tylee came to me and she said to me, "Stop worrying, Mom. We are fine."
She said she knows they're happy because, get this, they appeared to her in her dreams, but her dreams weren't enough to convince the judge.
You justified all of this by going down a bizarre religious rabbit hole, and clearly you are still down there.
This is the moment Lori learned her sentence.
The first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan, you are sentenced to the custody of the State Board of Corrections to serve the maximum allowed sentence of fixed determinate term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole.
The judge sentenced her to multiple consecutive life terms with no parole. But the case isn't over yet. Now it's time for Chad to learn his sentence.
As to count 1, the conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception for the murder of Tylee Ryan. Therefore, on count 1, the defendant is sentenced to death.
He just received the death sentence, but that's not all.
On count 2, the first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan, the court therefore, on count 2, sentences the defendant to death.
Lori and Chad's doomsday beliefs led them to murdering their own kids, but Deobra Redden didn't need a belief system. Instead, he attacked it.